What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Been a couple days since we've been able to go live here. I want to invite you to the lovely MROC or San Jose Costa Rica scenery, where we sit on the large GA ramp for a charter flight today from San Jose, Costa Rica down to Panama City, which I think is going to be absolutely awesome. We have a custom scenery down there as well, a little payware airport that looks really good. I've never flown down there before other than just taking a look at the scenery, so it's going to be fun for all of us. It looks like we can set up for a full procedure ILS approach in nothing other than the BAE 146. Before the PMDG released and before the Phoenix release, this was really all we had, but it kind of was overshadowed by the Leonardo and it never really got much publicity. But I'm telling you guys, this 146, every time I get in this airplane, I feel like I am flying a completely different sim. It flies so well, it hand flies so well. It flies as good, I think, as the PMDG. I mean, it's just that smooth. There's no jitters or anything, so I absolutely love this airplane. Today we're in the 200 variant in the Lamia Airlines livery. It's now a defunct airline. A lot of you probably recognize it's. There was a famous crash when I don't think there's anything as famous crashes, but there was an unfortunate crash of this aircraft, and it actually ended the airline. It filed for bankruptcy shortly thereafter, with transporting a soccer team. So either way, here we are in the lovely MROC scenery. It looks like there was an Avianca over there, 320 IAE engines, absolutely wonderful. What is up, guys? Christian, good to see you. Callum R. Chris Stuper, good to see you, sir. Thank you, Chris Stuper, for the thumbnail. Shout out to him, getting me the thumbnail this afternoon. Commander Gene Hoffman, good to see you, sir. Salute right back at you. Carta Jawol, what is up, man? Good to see you. Hopefully you're not in X-Plane today, because this is going to be real special. I don't think there's any scenery in X-Plane for this part of the world, and unless you create your own orthos, of course. But it looks really, really good here in Microsoft. So I can't wait to get started with you guys. Wojtek, good to see you as well. Andre and Marco and many, many more. What is up? Brian said, you're looking forward to this? Excellent, man. I'm looking forward to it, too. This is the first time we will be flying this airplane with the TCA Thrustmaster yoke, which I'm just putting it back on my desk and being able to manipulate the control surfaces again. It just feels so smooth. So I'm really looking forward to flying this airplane with the TCA Boeing yoke as well. So it's been a while since I've been in this aircraft. We're going to go through the checklist. We're going to do the checklist items the best I can. I'll probably miss a few things here and there, but I'm sure with chat and you guys, we can get through this flight together, and it's going to be an absolute enjoyable experience for everybody involved. And if you're just watching and you're wondering why you can't comment, I do have subscriber mode only on. You have to be a subscriber for 1 minute to comment. That's just to help minimize some of the bots. I know Gustavo, he likes the Tinder bots, and so does Christian and Cardo. But today, we're going to try to minimize all those Tinder bots by having that subscription only on there. You can unsubscribe at any time. I invite you to hit that subscribe button and a like button if you enjoy this kind of content. So, Josh, finally get to watch live. Well, welcome aboard, sir. Yes, here we are. We are ready to board up. This is that one MROC scenery. It's just so good. I think this is off the Flight Sim TO. It's not even a payware, but it's very, very good. Lovely Avianca down there. Looks like they were continuing to make jet bridges, but then they stopped, and maybe they're under construction or so. And then there's some maintenance hangars down there. Either way, let's hop into this lovely cockpit and get this airplane fired up. It's probably going to take me a minute or so to get us in the fired up state. We are going to be using a little mix of our FMS and our round gauges for flying this aircraft today. But just, man, I don't even remember. I guess I did fly this when I had my new GPU, but the cockpit is just so nice, so nice. You're too popular now, Rand. I don't know if that's the kind of popularity I want, but I guess any publicity is good publicity, right? That's what they say. So, never going to score a date with a flight sim stream. Exactly. All right, let's pull out the good old checklist here, and we're going to just go right through it. We're going to skip some things, but the checklist that is incorporated is just very good, very intuitive. I really like having it. This airplane, I've said it before, it's not hard to learn, but it is difficult to master. So you just have to adjust how you think about a couple of things, And once you have changed your mind or understand how this airplane works, it's actually very, very enjoyable. And I highly recommend picking this up if you're looking for something else to add to your hangar. And that's a complete non-sponsored plug, by the way. I picked this up with my own money as well, just like most of you. So it is a great bird. All right, let's get into it. Landing gear lever is down, weather radar off, and 15 degrees up. I wonder, that just must be some type of for takeoff or something. I'm not sure why that's on there, but let's go ahead and tick items as we go. Transponder is already in standby. Air brakes and flaps are in. Nav lights, high and knit. So we're going to go up to the overhead here, and we're going to put them into the high and knit position. Battery 1 and 2 on. So here we go. Battery 1, and the sound set on this airplane is also very, very good. One of the most immersive sound sets out there. Battery 1 and 2 coming on. Panama City is so underrated at Breadmaster. I've never done a full flight into there. I just loaded into the scenery, though, and you're absolutely right. I can't believe I haven't flown in there before. It's beautiful down there. Parking brake, yellow in park, that is confirmed. Master switches, all on. That's up to the overhead panel. And here we go. Yaw damper, 1, 2, autopilot, avionics, A and B are on. Tick items. Ground ignition, that's as required. Anti-skid. That's an important one. Let's go ahead and turn that one on. Lift spoilers, a yellow and green, both on. AC and DC bus tie. So coming on down the overhead panel, the electrical panel, AC, DC bus tie, both auto. Standby inverter, armed. Standby generator, armed. Generators 1 and 4, both off, reset, checked. Galley shed switch, we're going to go ahead and put it in the galley position so we can get the nice coffee fired up. APU generator on. We're going to go ahead and, I was going to use GPU power today, but you know what, scratch that. Let's go straight into the, APU power. We'll fire up the APU. Oh, no. Abort, stop, abort. APU generator on. We're not going to start the APU yet. It's just the generator. APU generator on. Fuel pumps left inner will be for the APU when it is time. Engine fire handles, APU. Okay, you know what? Scratch it. We'll just start it. What the heck? APU start. Oh, wait. I was going to just do ground power, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to come over here. We'll turn off the ground power. We're not even hooked up to the bus. We're just going to fire it up. Have you checked out going to Valencia, Venezuela for the South American tour? I have not yet, Breadmaster. I will. Jungly Sim, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream, Jungly. Jungles, I'm going to get to your... I saw your Discord DM earlier, and I answered it in my head, but I never actually answered it for you. But, yeah, it just seems like improper planning by the crew. I would recommend the RNAV 2-1 right in Panama City. Of course, when permitting, right now it's 1:30 at 9. Interesting, Wojtek. I'll look into that. I was going to do the ILS full procedure with the procedure turn, but we can do the RNAV as well. I haven't flown an actual approach into there yet, so if you guys know an approach that's really cinematic, looks really good, I will fly that one for y'all if you want to see that instead. All right, so APU is stable. APU air and packs on. So here we go. APU air on. We're going to get packs 1 and 2 on. We'll also get the cabin and flight deck fans on as they come to life. Saying we're bringing this cockpit to life. Really love that. Really love that. Landing gear indicators down in 3, or we got 3 greens. Beautiful. MWS. So that's going to be this one over here. We're going to go ahead and do an MWS test. Got all our lights. Beautiful. Out and reset. And then we'll go ahead and put that into the normal position. Overhead annunciators, we can skip that test. Cabin emergency lights. Let's go up to the top. Cabin emergency lights are armed. While I'm up here, let's turn on the entry lights. Chick-Stig logo lights, we'll turn those on as well. We've got those on, and we'll just get the no smoking sign on too while we're up here. So that's good. DC pump. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of a hydraulics test here and get some hydraulics pressurized. Before I do that, I just want to say shout out to Smoke Eater 27. Thank you so much, man, for the $20 dono. I really appreciate that service. I was finally able to catch a live flight. I usually watch streams after they happen to make up for it. Have a good flight, sir. Smoke Eater 27. Thank you so much for your support. Appreciate that massive dono. Very appreciative of that. I'm glad you're catching us live today, and I hope you enjoy the flight down to Panama City. All right, here we go. DC pump on, and here we go. DC pump on. There we go. Okay, and AC pump and PTU on. So AC pump on, PTU on, and we're pressurizing. Steve, yes sir, the BAE is sweet indeed. Sweet. Alright, flight deck emergency lights. We're going to come back over here. We're going to arm those. Flight deck, oh, that's the wrong one. Wrong one. Flight deck emergency lights are armed. Yaw dampers, both on. That's down here on the center pedestal. I'll get that out of the way. Yaw damper, 1 and 2 are on. Oxygen masks, 100% flow and checked, and the main valve on. So the main valve is actually over here. Go ahead and turn that on. Main supply is pressurized. Beautiful. That completes the flight deck safety. That leaves us with the before start checklist. And we're going to go ahead and minimize that right now, and we're going to kind of set up the rest of our cockpit for the departure. So let's go ahead and turn this on, turn on our DME, VOR. Let's get our radios on down here. We need to get on 122.8 for Unicom. Let me just make sure that is radio 1. Yes, it is. And make sure, yep, push to talk is working. Beautiful. 22.8 is active. Okay. So now let's, we already got the forward stairs open and aft cargo. Forward cargo is already done. We've already set most of this. If I click on this, it will set my trim wheel, so that's good. We can pretty much leave that. We've got 111 people. The latest update allows you to import your SimBrief payload, which was nice. So I was able to just do that. This is all set according to SimBrief, except it had way too much fuel. So I knocked the fuel off to our minimum fuel of, I think we need like 12,000 for takeoff. So we got 1,000 over right now, but that is perfect. All right, let's go to OFP. This is our flight plan. It's the TJM4 Leo UA 317. Vitor Vuman Direct. So we're going to load that into the box here. And it's been a while since I looked down here. If I go index, data link, weather, request, MROC. We'll send that. It's been received. View, MROC, METAR. 250 at 6 knots. So perfect. We're going to blast off 2.5, or what is it, 2.3? So here we go. Let's, I think there's a way to actually pull the flight plan, but I'm not sure. So it's short, so we're just going to do it anyway, but I think there is a way to pull it. But here we go. MROC, MROC to MPTO, which is Mike, Papa, Tango, Oscar. And let's go departure arrival index off of 2.5. And what did I say? It was the TJM 4 Leo execute. From there we got to pick up an airway, which if I can remember how to do this. So I got to go back to the departure arrival legs. No. Flight plan. Next, there we go. We're gonna go upper alpha 317. Upper alpha 317. Okay. To Vitor. Data link page 2 to pull the route. Uh-oh. Oh well, I'm already halfway through it. Old school way here. I doubt they had ACARS uplink at Lamia anyway. From Vitor, it's direct to a Vuman intersection, which is Victor Uniform Mike Alpha November. Direct to execute. And as far as the departure arrival, I mean, I don't know the best one. You guys said 2-3. I'm just going to load in for now the ILS 3 right without any. Was it off TUM? I think it was, no, we'll just do ILS 3 right. We'll just execute that. We'll play with that en route. We're going to have a little bit of time en route. We've got about 250 miles. Should be about an hour and 10 minutes flying down there. But that looks good. At least we got our departure in there, and we're going to make sure we are in RNAV. So we're going to flip this to the up position. That is RNAV off the ground. That looks good. We don't have any ATC, so we'll just set our top altitude here, which is going to be flight level 290. Let's scroll this up. 290 is set. And we are going to squawk 2,000. Oh boy, if I remember how to do this. How do I set the, oh, it's just by the keypad. Nice. Enter. And we'll turn the brake temp indicator on. 24C. Beautiful. Scott, what's up, man? Welcome. One little bug that I noticed is since I've updated... Ooh, look at that Copa 737. Love to see that. One little bug that I noticed is I can't turn off the cabin now that I've updated my airplane, which is weird. So I normally have all my views saved without the cabin just because I think it looks better on this particular aircraft to not use the cabin. But I can't turn it off. I've tried shutting it off in the EFB and all that stuff, so it is what it is. But SmokeGator27, I see you've joined a private pilot. That is awesome. Exclamation point welcome for you new perks here at the channel, sir. Glad to have you on board. Loving the new members, all the subscriptions. Guys, we are soaring through the roof here with subscribers. We're probably going to get close to 30K by the end of this tour, the way it's projecting to keep going. So I just want to take a minute and thank each and every one of you who is a new subscriber or a new member. You guys are absolutely awesome. I appreciate all of your support, continued support here at the channel. And if I'm being completely honest, it's very much needed because for those that don't know, my internet at the house is not providing me enough bandwidth to upload a live content. So I rent an office space, and recently it's gone over renovation, and my rent is nearly doubling. So, doing some cost-based analysis on if I should continue to rent. And the way the support keeps going, it looks like I will continue. But it's not for nothing, so I do appreciate it. Bob Dylan, thank you so much for the $2 dono. Are you optimistic on X-Plane 12? Bob, if I'm being completely honest with you, I was very optimistic, but with the latest I don't want to say latest information, but with the latest updates that I have seen, I have lost some of that optimism, Bob. If I'm being completely honest with you, I've lost some of that optimism. I'm not saying I've lost it all, but I am not going to be holding my breath. That is for sure. I think the potential is there. I really do. And just because I'm really loving Microsoft, I mean, it doesn't mean I don't want X-Plane 12 to succeed. I really want to have two very good competitive simulators, but I haven't seen anything yet that has made me raise my optimism. How was the meeting with XP? Blue Mac, that's awesome. Yeah, it was great. I did get to meet the famous XP72 in Dallas yesterday. That's why we didn't stream, so I apologize. I said I was going to be streaming on Sunday, but XP72 was in town. I'd never met the gentleman. I said, you know what? I got to make the drive. I gotta see him if he has time. And we went and had some barbecue, good old Texas barbecue at Hard 8 here in Texas, and it was great. Fantastic gentleman. Got to meet the hand of God as well, or his wife. So it was awesome to see them. I hope many more. I'll be getting to meet many more of you at the upcoming FS Expo in 2023 down in Houston. So hopefully that will continue to come to fruition. But let's continue here. Bob Dylan, welcome to Private Pilot, sir. Appreciate you. Christian, your stick is finally on the way? That is good to hear, man. Good to hear it. You've been waiting a long time, man. That's good that they're finally getting some sticks shipped out. But thanks again, Bob Dylan. Same goes for you. Exclamation point welcome for your new perks here at the channel. All right, let's do a little MROC airport search here. San Juan. We are on the SIDS for the Tijar 3 Mike. Zoom it in. Make it full screen. Okay, so off 2.5 or 2.3, whatever it is. It's doesn't look all that complex. Let's see. Basically heading 175 to OC 265 at or below 10, at or above 13. A couple of altitude restrictions coming out of here. I wonder if that's for airspace. Out to Limon. Puerto Limon. Awesome. All right, so that should all be in the box. Let's verify that. I-249, OC265. Yep, that's all in the box. Good. Okay. Wojtek, thank you for the $10 super chat, sir. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. He says that, rent, it never goes down for the rent fund. Thank you so much, Wojtek. I appreciate that, man. Indeed, that goes directly to the rent fund. All contributions here at the channel pretty much go directly to rent fund and or products and simulations that you guys want to see, so I can keep bringing you new content. Brian says, hello, newly subbed. Just wanted to say hi. Love the vids. Brian, well, welcome aboard, sir. Welcome aboard. We're doing something a little different today than the Airbus, but I still love this airplane very, very much. All right. Well, a couple things. Let's go flight directors on. 1, 2. Let me just clean up the rest of what I want to do here. We don't need any RNAV off the ground, or I'm sorry, any of VORs off the ground, so we can basically leave that. What we do need to do is set our TMS up. We'll do that before we get ready to back off the gate here. There's a lot less to set up, really. You know, when you're in these old airplanes, you got the basics, your TMS, your packs, your electrics, and then you're off the gate. All right, here we're going to power up the TMS. This is the thrust modulation system, kind of like an old school auto throttle, but with a lot more limitations to it. We're doing the power up test here. And then we're going to select takeoff. And at the outside air temperature of 2.3, which I believe it is 2.3, let me go back to the, what is it, the data link, weather temperature for MROC here was 2.5.
Bank angle.
Your insight and aviation sense of humor is very enjoyable. Keep it up.
Patches, bank angle check right back at you, sir. Thank you so much. He says my sense of humor is enjoyable, and my aviation sense of humor and insight. Well, thank you so much, Patches. I'm glad you enjoy it. Bank angle check right back at you, sir. Thank you for the donation. Right back at you. Josh Polage also coming in with a super chat, $10. Thank you, sir. Sub-rent help only if AC is included. Josh, first off, thank you for your support, man. And yes, it is. Today we do have air conditioning fully up and running, guys, so I don't have to sit here and watch my and melt to death. So I'm very happy about that. And it's not only is it up and running, it is a new unit, so it's running very, very well. Very excited. There were some streams, I'm not gonna lie, we had some streams where it was a brutal sitting in here with no AC running a 3090 in Texas. So thank you, Josh. All right, TMS is powered up 92.1. I thought there was a way to set the EPR bugs. Oh, there it is. We click that. So our EPRs are now set for 92.1. We're going to go ahead and power off the TMS, though, as we get ready for engine start. Let's go ahead and continue with our before start checklist. Departure briefing, we already talked about. It's going to be RNAV off the ground, left-hand turn. I will probably just do some hand flying, so we may not fly the RNAV departure as exactly as depicted. I might just do some hand flying and then set us up with a direct to, because I really want to get the feel of this airplane with the TCA Boeing yoke. So don't be shocked if I just turn the flight director off for a little bit and just do some hand flying. But that's your departure briefing. We can tick that. Brake pressure is above 2,500 PSI. Checked. Hydraulics all off. So we're going to come up to the overhead and we're going to go ahead and turn off the hydraulics. So DC pump off, AC pump is off, PTU off, and engine 2 and 3 pumps are off. Fuel center transfer. Auto, even though we don't have any fuel in center tank. Ice detect switches, or switch. That's down over here. We're going to go ahead and flip this cover. Ice detect is on. Fasten seatbelt sign is on. Fuel quantity is checked. We got 6,000 pounds about, a little over. Nothing in the center. That is checked. Flight data recorder, that's on the FO side, checked. Altimeter set and cross-checked. We got 3007 set 3 times. MWS ground op reset, red light extinguished, so we already did that. Cool. TMS N1 speed bugs, they are set. We're going to be looking for 92% on the TMS. Check. Doors and equipment closed and removed. I guess that means we can start closing it up. Let's go to the aircraft page here. In-game checklist, you look like an Xbox pilot. Christy, you're killing me, man. Dude, this airplane, you gotta have a checklist. You gotta have a checklist, man. Oh, we might not have enough hydraulics to pull the stairs in, which it does not appear that. It appears that way. So if I go DC pump on, I gotta pressurize hydraulics to pull the stairs in, though. Stand by. Repressurizing. And now we'll be able to pull the stairs in. There they come. Isn't that neat? Hawks, good to see you, man. Welcome to the stream, dude. Magnus, hi from vacation in Greece. Ooh, I'm jealous, man. Mythos beer in the sun. Hey, Magnus, that's awesome, man. Enjoy your vacation. Thank you for stopping by the stream. All right, they are closed. Ground equipment is now removed. We can go ahead to the engine start checklist. Basically, beacon, packs, and all that good stuff. So all the way up to the overhead, we're going to go beacon on. Air conditioning packs are going to come off. APU air is off. Engine anti-ice, all four on. This is for torque for engine start. Ice protection intakes are all four on. Fuel pumps, all four on. Here we go. Left outer, right inner, right outer. TMS is off. We shut it off. Engine start power at master switch, and we're going to go ahead and start it up. XP72, what is up, man? We were just talking about you. Had an absolute blast with you at Hard 8 yesterday. Hope you made it home safe. He says, I need 4 checklists to fly this airplane. Well, good news, man. The checklists are all included right here. You get more than 4. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 checklists if you want to go through them all. But they're very intuitive, and they actually show you where the item is if you need to find it, which is kind of cool. So, but good to see you. Good to see you, XP. All right, we're going to do just a Shift P on the pushback because I don't have the pushback thing installed anymore. I should have reinstalled it for this stream, but it is what it is. All right, that's off. Did I already arm those? I did. Everything is armed. Are you guys ready to push? Let's go ahead and push. So we're going to go ahead and release the brakes. And let's go ahead and push straight back. Whoa. That's scary. I thought it was going to land on me there. We're good. Wow. San Jose traffic, Lamia 357, going to be pushing straight back here off the GA spot 16, Lamia, or San Jose. That was a very interesting set of pushback truck situation there. I thought it was going to land on the roof of the airplane. And we're off. Maybe I should put in the better pushback, or the toolbar pushback. Heartache gave me a heartache because I had to say bye to that place. Great meeting up with you as well. Had lots of fun. Shout out XP72, guys. XP, are you streaming later today? I didn't see. I'll have to check it out. Thought I looked earlier. I didn't see anything. But guys, if you haven't already, go stop by XP72 channel when he goes live. Tend to hang out over there as well in the chat. All right, we're going to just do, we'll stop. We'll do a straight back pushback here, and we'll just stop when we're on the taxiway. Magic Tricks as well. V1 is taking it to the next level. I don't know what that was all about. Pushback brought to you by the Dukes of Hazzard. Couldn't have said it better myself. Couldn't have said it better myself. I like seeing those Copas. Is that a 600? Who flies the... Or is that a 700? That looks short for a 700, doesn't it? Alright, pushback is complete. Captain, set brakes. Brakes are set. He's already disconnected. Let's go ahead and start engines. So to start engines, start power needs to be in normal, which it is. We're going to turn the start master on, and we're going to go 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go, starting engine 4. I love that sound. XP got in at 1 a.m., didn't have time to set up, but we'll be on later. Excellent, XP. Excellent. I hope you found your car, by the way. Oh, I need fuel. What am I doing? Silly Airbus pilot here. I'm listening to that igniter. Oh, we missed the light off sound. I was too busy waiting for that light off. Forgot I actually have to have fuel. Too much Phoenix flying. I thought BAE stood for bring another engine. Wojtek says, I just saw the Sim Expo site. The event will be June next year. Absolutely, Wojtek. I will be there. I don't know at what capacity, whether it's I'm involved or not. I haven't had any contact with anybody for that. But I will definitely be there the best I can, barring something crazy at work. I would love to be there and eventually start to meet some of y'all. All right, we got a good start on number 4. Let's go number 3. We'll go ahead and crank it over. I have a technical question about the 320. Can I ask you? Yeah, fire away, man. I don't have any of my 320 stuff with me today, but hopefully I can dig deep into the knowledge base and get you a proper answer. But fire away. Blue Bear, I know. Trust me, it was very hard to not fire up the Phoenix again. We're going to be in the Phoenix probably the next flight. Two good starts, and here we go. Number 2 is coming up. Jefferson, I totally agree with you. The BAE is a wonderful aircraft, and Just Flight did a fantastic job with this airplane. I flew it in X-Plane. I actually did almost an 8-hour stream in it one day, and it's just, I think it's even better in Microsoft, which is crazy. Very quiet from the startup, but that's, they didn't call it the Whisper Jet for no reason. Oil light is out. We can go ahead and start the last engine. Here we go. The last one is coming up. And fuel. Check. What's going on, man? Oh, there you go. There's that fuel light off. Boom. I like how the flap engineers couldn't fit the flap hinges properly, so they had to add a little random flap. Yeah. And this airplane is so unique looking. That's why I love it. I think it's so different. It's so unique. I really enjoy it. Like, it's so ugly, it's cute, you know? Rafa, I'm Brazilian. Every time I see this livery, I'm reminded of the that crash with the soccer team. Yeah, was it Chip? I don't even want to butcher it, but yeah. Unfortunate situation on that. That crash is pretty much what ended this airline. All right, here we go. We got 4 good starts. We can turn this off. We can go ahead and turn the Thrustmaster off, and start power will stay in norm. We'll go ahead and get our packs on. We'll do APU air on. We're going to leave the engine air off for takeoff. We'll get our heaters on. That is good. Our cruise altitude, it's in auto. And the baro is set. All right. So altitude needs to be 290. Looks better in sim than real life. I don't know if I disagree with you even on that one. All right, so we got 4 good starts. Packs on. Cabin air is on fresh. We are looking good. I don't really need a floodlight on, do we? What other floodlights do we have on? Let's see, overhead. My console flood off. Don't need that. There we go. That looks better. All right, so we got flight directors on. We're gonna go takeoff, go around mode. Altitude is armed. We're gonna be heading on departure, which we'll set that when we get over to the runway. Well, it's fine. Let's go generator 1, generator 4 on. And engine anti-ice come off. And we got to do a checklist here for the after start. Start power is normal, both off. Engine anti-ice as required, Gen 1 and 4 on. Brake fans, we will put those into the auto position, which is up here on the overhead. Auto is on. AC pump and PTU, auto and on. AC pump auto, PTU is on. And eventually we're going to get to this, but we need to get those on as well. Heaters are all on. APU and air on as required. Engine air off as required. TMS on to takeoff. So we're going to go ahead and set TMS power on. And takeoff is set. Looking for 92.1. Tick item. Transponder. We will put that in the TARA. Even though it says TA only. Taxi lights, brakes, and that's done. And we're left with a before start or before takeoff checklist after that. Which way are we taxiing out of here? Chris Fortin, welcome, dude. Exclamation point, welcome. Glad to have you on board the channel, man. Is that Charlie? What is that? Oh, we're gonna have to, we're gonna make a hard turn. Actually, you know what? We're gonna go via Alpha Bravo Lima to 2-5. Alpha Bravo Lima 2-5. San Jose traffic, Lamia 357 taxi into 2-5 via Alpha Bravo Lima, San Jose. Alright, taxi lights are coming on. They are in the forward position. Let's roll. Brakes are off. Yoke cam, and, well, I guess you don't need to, we don't have, I'm using my tiller, but we'll leave yoke cam up. Brick Tiller, I haven't actually watched those. Are you talking about those, like those podcast videos? I haven't watched any of them yet. When I start driving to work this week, I have about an hour and a half drive each way, so then I'll listen to them. We should also set flaps 18. That would probably be nice, wouldn't it? Take off without flaps. That would not be very good. Look at that. Modeling is superb. Q8 pilot in chat. Q8 pilot. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Glad to have you on board, Q8. I have to watch your Honda Jet aircraft stream. Didn't even know there was a Honda Jet in production, so I will be watching that here in a little bit. But welcome to the stream, Q8, guys. If you haven't already, you need to go check out Q8's pilots. I'm sure you probably already know him, but he is an absolute legend in the flight sim community, whether it be video reviews, product reviews, live streams, just PC help, tips and tricks. I watched your Sim Update 9 video about, I don't know, probably 12 or 14 times, but absolutely love it. Got my sim running very well, Q8, so thank you for that. Man, I forget how nice this airplane is to taxi. San Jose traffic. Lamia 357, going to be crossing the active 25 San Jose. So 25? Yeah, it's 25. I keep wanting to say 23. Hold on. Houston, we have a problem. There is no taxiway on the other side. Okay, we're just going to back taxi. San Jose traffic, Lamia 357, back taxi 25. In case anybody's on final. According to the chart, the airport layout is not correct. We don't need all this runway, but since we already said we're going to back taxi, we're just going to back taxi now. Yeah, we could have taken off from intersection Bravo. Oh well. See, I thought we could cross here and taxi over via Lima full length. I mean, it's 9,000 feet. We don't need to go all the way back here, but why not? We're already here. 335 watching? Ooh. We're going to have to hit the like button for that. Let's see. Am I flexing? I think we're flexing. Oh no, we're 92.1. We don't have any assumed temperature. Yeah, we're gonna have to get those lights up for takeoff, or else we're just gonna end up sitting on the runway. Callie Simmer, what's up, man? Thank you for the massive $20 dono. Glad to have you on board. Thank you so much for your support. He says, good morning, V1, and happy Monday. Looking forward to a great flight. Callie Simmer, thanks again for that donation. I appreciate that very much, sir. I, too, am looking forward to a great flight. Just taxiing this airplane around, I'm reminded of how nice it is. I can't wait to actually get this thing up in the air. We probably will not fly the RNAV departure, at least for a little bit, because I gotta get some stick time in with this airplane with the TCA yoke. I haven't even done a takeoff with the TCA yoke. I just got in and made sure my axes worked and everything. But yeah, this will be the first takeoff with this yoke on this airplane. I know there's no hold short line there, but I'm pretty sure there might be one in real life, so not really. Let's just stop here and do some of our checks, and then we'll blast off. We're gonna kill these lights. Turn V-pilot up. All right, here we go. Before takeoff, brakes are checked in yellow. I didn't change them, so they're still on yellow. Flaps selected and checked. Flaps 18. Oh, I got to click here for my V-speeds. They are set. Flight director's on as required. Trim set and checked. Config. Checked. Continuous ignition A and B. As required, we'll turn on. Cabin is not secured.
Cabin crew, please take your seats for takeoff.
Landing lights, TMS on, takeoff mode, unlocked and free. We are done. All right. Well, we're just waiting on the cabin, which cabin is secured. San Jose traffic, Lamia 357, departing runway 25. We'll probably do a left downwind departure, Lamia. All right, 290. Altitude is armed, and we're going to be heading mode off the ground. We'll just keep it in LNAV. Wait a second, why are we? Oh, because we're in go around mode. Alt, go around, pitch and roll. That's normal, right? 290 is armed. Cool. I think that's normal. Let's light them up and roll. So landing is in the up position. Turn off lights. Our exit lights are on. We don't need any wipers. Wing lights on. Strobes on. Let's roll. All right, we're going to do a no flex with the Whisper Jet. I can tell you right now, it's not as exciting as the IEs, but I will spool them up 50. Let's get those yogas in chat. Here we go. Oh, that sounds good though, doesn't it? Looking for 91 or 92.
Power set, N1 achieved.
Let's roll. Brakes released. I'll miss the call outs if I'm back there. Look at that Cobra on there, taxiway.
Speed alive, both sides. 80 knots, cross-checked.
Long takeoff roll. Glad we backtracked.
V1. Rotate.
Jeez.
V2.
Nice and smooth, nice and smooth. Chill out there. Don't sink. Positive rate. Here up. Okay, I'm sorry for your ears. Are your ears bleeding? Because mine are. Wow, that's smooth though. Little marker. You know what? Before I do that, let's just do this. I'm gonna go flight directors off. I'm gonna hand fly this for a little bit. We're gonna go sync mode. San Jose traffic, Lamia 357, departing left downwind departure, San Jose out of 4.4. Last call. Let's go ahead and lower that nose a little bit. We're going for about 800 to 1,000 feet per minute. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't flex that one. A little bit of nose down trim. Oh, hit the like 403 watch and hit the like button for, that's not a good view. How about that view? That's not a really good view either. That's, why is my cabin still there? I don't know. Hit the like button for me trying to get you a good view. Watch your ears. That is a thing of beauty, is it not? Look at the rain shafts coming down there. I need a rain shaft emoji. Alright, at some point we got to get the flaps up. I need to lower the nose and accelerate more. We'll come back to 88%. Once you get the flaps up, she'll accelerate much better. Oh, just the hand flying though is nice. What's our min clean speed? Still not there. I guess we are at 6,000 feet field elevation. Isn't the most powerful jet in the world. Alright, while I'm trying to trim it out, which is pretty much trimmed out, let's go ahead and get our flight directors back on here. We're going to go out, arm. We're going to go out and vertical speed. I'm sorry, vertical speed, not out. Altitude arm, vertical speed. And we're going to go back to LNAV mode. And we're going to turn the autopilot on. And there's min clean, so flap 0. I don't know why I can't get rid of what happened to my views here. That's weird. It's like I got a cabin view now that I can't get rid of, or cabin window that I can't get rid of. There we go. Alright, we're naving. We're LNAV. Let's do an after takeoff checklist here. We don't want to forget. So landing gear is up, lights out. We'll tick item. Flaps are up. TMS is sync mode, and we're doing 88% check. Engine air all on. So here we go. Engine air is all on. APU air off, and packs on. Both are pressurizing. Cabin is indeed pressurizing. And we'll hold the checklist there. Wow. Alright, now we got the views. Does that not look real? Does that not look real? If you're not flying FS 2020, views like that are sure going to sell it. Paul, I know. Look at this, man. It's not that loud for y'all? For me, it was really loud. Maybe I gotta turn down my settings a little bit. Look at that. Going through the valley here. So this is why RDAV, I guess that RDAV takes you around the mountain. Alright, so there's about 250. I'm gonna go IAS hold now. So we are out, armed, IAS LNAV. Speed 240. I can bump these up to about 89, I think. There we go. That is a sweet shot right there, though. Nathan, what airplanes have you tried in Microsoft? If you haven't tried the 146, you need to give it a shot, because the 146 in Microsoft is, I mean, it's right up there with the best of them as far as hand flying. I mean, it is so smooth. It feels so good to fly this airplane by hand. And out of 10, we'll do our checklist here. There you go. Look at that. Look at that mountainside. Just such beautiful countryside down here. Steven, exactly. Gilonet, hello from France. Welcome aboard. I like flying a 747. See, Steven, I'm right there with you, man. It is like a tiny 747. Shaq, your hands on the uninstall button. I'm telling you what, Shaq, I still have mine installed. But, I don't know for how much longer. I do not know for how much longer, my friend. Josh, I do like the H145. I have the 145 as well. I enjoy it quite a bit. All right, so here goes 10,000. Let's do our altimeters as required. We're going to leave them in the current meter, 3007. PTU and AC pump need to come off. So that's on the hydraulic page, or hydraulic panel. So let's see. PTU is off, and AC pump is off. It's just backwards. PTU and AC pump are off. And then APU stop. So we'll go ahead and stop the APU. Fasten seatbelts, we'll leave them on. Lights as required. We'll go ahead and kill these lights. And we'll turn off the runway exit lights. And then we'll turn off the wing lights and logo lights as well. We also don't need the entry light anymore. All right, our checklists are pretty much complete for now. What's that? I think that was just an air, like AIR, not ERROR. When I see the tallest modeling and textures, I feel like I'm going to puke. Christian. Days are numbers for X-Millennium. I think if a 7.5 comes out, it'll be a wrap. Shaq, isn't there a 7.5 in development? I haven't been tracking it, but I'm pretty sure I saw a 7.5 in development, even in the Discord. What's our outside air temp? I always forget where the temperature gauge is on this thing. Look at that, we're gonna go right through the hole. For all my members out there that saw my recent shorts video, basically dodging thunderstorms, we were flying, splitting the gap, gotta split the gap. This looks perfect, right through here. I'm curious though, so if I turn off interior cabin, that's only in flight now? It would seem that way. Interesting, but it still leaves the window frames, which completely ruin the views. So that is an interesting way of doing things there. I mean, that's a pretty cool view. PMDG? No, I don't think PMDG is making a 7.5. Just waiting for 12 before installed. Might need some of the scenery. Scott, yeah, I hear you. If we can get some of the compatible ortho, that would be a big help. Wow, look at that. Flight 477, welcome to the stream. Welcome, man. Look at that. 146. You flew into Panama City last summer and it was only a runway, no airport or taxiways. I have a custom scenery for Panama City. I have a custom scenery for that. Let's go to the charts page. I'm sorry, let's go to the map. Let's see where we are. Yeah, we're flying over some serious terrain down there. Zoom it in. So we're going out to Limon or Limon. And then we're going to basically follow the coast down. 90%. And I'm going to go sync mode on. We're going to accelerate a little bit here. Well, yeah, let's go sync mode on. I'm going to lower the nose a little bit. For about 800 feet per minute. A little bit less. We'll see how I did. Oh no, I'm in IAS mode. That's right. I'm going to go sync mode again. Lower the nose. Just kind of hold it there. Get her back up on pad. A little bit more speed will climb a little bit better. I don't know if we're going to make it to 2.9. We might be too heavy. Re-engage. Let it stabilize. So why would they leave the windows? That's just ugly. Like, unless they're trying to do that. I even missed it for FSX. PMDG Omega 7.5? Seriously? Wow. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. 15.2. Gosh. Thought I was flying out of San Jose, Cali? No, Mr. Martini. No, sir. We are a long way from California, my friend. We are a long way away. We're going the opposite direction today. Going the opposite direction indeed. You miss Carter's engines? Scott, I miss them too. Carter's engines is like, when you look at the 320 series, his engines in X-Plane 11 are quality enough you could literally plop them on the Phoenix and they would fit right in. That's how good they are. I don't know how long it's going to be for the Phoenix to release the IE mod or the IE variant, but I really hope they live up to what we've come to expect with some high quality add-ons like Carta's engines. Oh, this is kind of a cool shot here. Let's do it like this. Today's destination is Panama City. Mike Papa Tango Oscar. Blue Bear, you know what? That is exactly why we're struggling to climb out right now. A little too much barbecue yesterday from Hard 8. And the airplane is struggling. We are struggling a little bit. We might stop the climb at, I don't know. I wish there was a chart that told us how, like, our optimum cruise altitude was. Our gross weight right now is 9,000 pounds. Does anybody have a chart? I guess it might be on one of the manuals. I bet one of the manuals have it. It's weird without the cabin. I wish they got rid of the, like, why do you keep the window frames? That's just awful. You can't even find a good view with the window frames on unless you dip below it. Maybe Phoenix should reach out to Carta. I hope, man. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. Their CFMs look good. Their CFMs do look good. There is one discrepancy on the paneling on the side. If you look at the Phoenix CFMs, one of the panels, it's like a mirror image of the other instead of being the opposite side. Summer is almost there, so getting nice for vacation flight to Faro in Portugal. Very nice, Nuno. Uh-oh. That scared me. I got a new phone. And that is just a spam call. All right. Whew. Did you put a rubber band on your Thales? I put, let me show you. I feel like we're going to stall. It's a tennis wrap. So, what is it called? Basically the tape that you use to wrap a tennis racket. But it's not tape, and it doesn't have any sticky substance on it. You literally just wrap it and it stays in place. And it makes this yoke feel much better because by default, the plastic that the TCA yoke, that's the one downside of the TCA yoke in my opinion, is it feels very cheap in your hand, just the texture. but the mechanisms inside and the smoothness of control feel so good. I just wish they would have, done something on the yoke itself. So I use the tennis grips to put around the edge, and it's awesome. It just feels a little bit more beefy. Feels like I'm actually grabbing something with authority instead of an Xbox controller or whatever it may be. But because the yoke moves so well and has such a good feeling in the design, that I wanted to give it something a little bit more beefy. All right, we're out of 18,000. We'll go ahead and set standard. We'll set 29 or 9 or 2, and our altimeters are synced up, so I don't have to do them to all three. So 1, 2, almost, and 3 are all set. I don't think we're going to get to 290. So let's change our cruise altitude. Let's make it 250. We'll go 250. Altitude is armed. 25. We're going to adjust the pressurization. To 250. Set. Can't beat that view right there. Smash down that like button for that view. Thales, yeah, it's somebody give me that idea in stream actually. And what's good is it doesn't leave. It's not like you're wrapping tape around it and you're not going to leave any residue. It's literally like a self-clinging material, and it just fits perfectly. I would love Phoenix to compete the 319 and 21 Neo versions before other airframes. Blue Bear, I would love to see a Phoenix 19 or 21. Honestly, to me, I really think the 19 is the most fun airplane to fly. When you look at all three of them across the board, or even the Neo, the 19 is just so. It's I use the term lightly, but it's kind of the hot rod of the three, right? And you can do a lot with it. You can get it in and out of places where you can't get a 20 or a 21. You can also take it further. The 19 will go further than all of them unless you have ACT tanks, and even then. It's still going to give it a run for its money depending on what the configuration is. But the 19 is no slouch. A lot of people think, oh, it's a short bus, baby bus, it doesn't go far, just short haul. No, that 319 can go further than the 20 and the 21. So it's such a good airplane, good power to weight ratio, good performance. I think it kind of slips under the radar. People want to fly the 321 because I get that too because it's bigger. The 321 is only a few feet shorter than a 7.5, and depending on the cabin configuration, I mean, you can fit a lot of people in a 321, like 228 people or something if you go all economy. So the 321, I understand the appealing nature of it, but on a personal level, I wish we could see a 319 drop into the sim first. Especially since Phoenix kind of have this old school vibe with them. Like that 320 that we have right now from Phoenix is a little bit older. I mean, it's got some older features in it, some of the overhead stuff. It reminds me of a much older 320 than what a lot of the new ones are coming out with. So to see it in a 319 would just be icing on the cake to me. 319 best performer, not enough passengers. You can put, depends on the configuration though. You can, if an economy configuration with the flex galley where they've actually moved the galleys in the back or moved the toilets, the lavatories in the aft galley to the bulkhead. You fit, I think, 2 extra rows in there. I mean, you can get 160 people in there, 150, something like that. So it can take a lot of people. It's all on how you configure them, though. Have I flown Spirit? Is it a really bad experience? It depends. I can only do about 2 hours 2.5 hours in a slimline seat, which is unfortunate because all the airlines are going to slimline seats. But other than that, I mean, no, not really. Spirit, I flew on Spirit a long time ago, and it was a much different experience. Let me just say this, it was a lot worse than what it's become now. If the flight attendants hate the cabin flex, I could see why, though. I could definitely see why. It's a small plane that can go quite the distance. Exactly, Panzer Nick. Exactly. Pocket Rocket 319, indeed. Phoenix did say a 19 and 21. Yeah, I mean, I think because they have the software that they have already with ProSim, man, if you just do a couple 3D scans of a 319, get your engine performance dialed in, and honestly, the engine performance, the fuel numbers that we have right now on the 320 from Phoenix are very much that of a LEAP or a NEO, but they're actually probably closer to a 319 CEO than a 320 CEO. I don't know what the actual numbers are. I think they said they're within 6% of the real thing right now until they come out with their own custom engine model. But with that aside, man, slap a 319 airframe on there, get your aerodynamics tweaked, and we would have a fun little 319. It's funny, when I was a young kid, I always thought the bigger airplanes were better, like, oh, the 7.4. Obviously, the 7.4 is beautiful. But my favorite airplanes now, I mean, you think of like 319, 727, 100, you know, the short one. I think there's something so unique about the short, stubby airplanes with really good performance that just make it all that much more enjoyable to fly and to watch them perform. But I will say this, if you have to fly across the country and it's going to be bumpy the whole way, put me in a 321, because that's better than all of them when it comes to ride conditions. A 321 with sharklets is the best riding 320 of all the 320 family. In fact, if you get a 321 Neo with sharklets, which they all have sharklets, I think, unless it's been pulled off, but a 321 Neo with soft ride capabilities, awesome. Awesome riding airplane. Beats sitting in the back of a 737 yawing around all day, that's for sure. I'm not knocking the 7.4 at all, Steven. I think they don't make airplanes like that anymore. You're right. 8.6 Mach, just cruising, absolutely right. I'm not knocking it at all. I still think it's a beautiful airplane. IB, what's up, man? Hey, casual pant wearing simmer. What's up, man? Good to see you. Also 319. God, yes, indeed, sir, indeed. 747 SP. Hey, I do like the SP. They are definitely unique looking. Looks like you're having... Chris G, what's going on, man? Welcome. Looks like you're having fun. Free climb profile from the AOM is 250 to 10, and then 280 until Mach 0.6, then climbing Mach. And 280. All right. Well, a little bit below that. Well, we're about to level off here anyway. I guess we climbed out a little bit slower than we need to. Going to 2.5 today. 2.5. What's up, Chris G? Good to see you on board, man. Chris G actually flew these airplanes quite a bit, actually. So good to see you in the chat, sir. L1011. Muhammad, I love the L1011 as well. Magnus says about 5 to 6 years ago, a company called Lamia Aviation in Sweden flew the 146 from Bromma and many more domestic flights to Sweden. Oh, very cool. Jeff L, what's going on, sir? He says, I got a proper armrest. Aha, set up for my Airbus side stick, game changer. Jeff, you're absolutely right, man. Having that armrest is crucial in getting the right flight control manipulation on the side stick. And I don't know which side stick you're using, but the more realistic you go, whether you go with a Thrustmaster or a Verpal or a Windwing, when you start getting those heavier movements, the heavier sticks that require more force to move them, like the real airplane, that armrest is absolutely crucial in getting fine control movements on the stick. So if you guys are flying, and even for you guys flying with whatever stick you have, make sure you do have a proper armrest. And then what I mean by proper armrest is the Airbus is designed to have your wrist basically free floating but supported by your forearm. So your forearm is completely supported by the side, by the little armrest, and then the hand just rests on the base of the side stick. Makes it much easier for controlling the aircraft. All right, here comes our level off altitude at 250. We'll go ahead and turn the seatbelt sign off. We don't need any more of these lights up here. I guess we can just turn these up. She's doing some type of announcement. We'll go ahead and release the crew. Level it off. We'll get the tunes playing here in a little bit, and then we'll be ready to go. What do we got here? BTOR is 92 miles. So we're set up for 3 right. Let me pull a weather of... oops. Oh, we'll pull the weather for MPTO. Winds are 140 at 10. Is there a spring mon for the TCA bus stick? I'm not really liking the dead zone field crow. Unfortunately, I do not have a good answer for you, man. I'm not sure about that. All right, let's bring it back. About 700 on the TGT or so, 82%. See what that gives us. Seatbelts are off. Let's see, do we do anything here on the... Nothing on the no cruise checklist, so that's good. We just have descent up next. We're looking good. Turn you down. We'll get some tunes on. Sit back. We'll enjoy the flight, and then we're going to start looking at the charts for Panama City. I gotta tell you what, guys, having air conditioning is absolutely game-changing. Absolute game-changing right now to have air conditioning in the office. Whew. I'll just have to fork out for a Warthog. Crow, you will not be disappointed, my friend. You will not be disappointed, I promise you. Fuel MC, there's not an auto throttle, but there is what's called the thrust modulation system. Think of it as an auto throttle, but limited in its range that it can give you thrust inputs and outputs. Basically, you can set an N1 and it will sync to your lever that you have the N1 set at. You could do a TGT sync, which is or I guess for lack of better words, an EGT sync, basically your temperature. So you can do a couple different things. So you have to manipulate the throttles, but you don't have to sit there and babysit it. You set it and forget it. So, Peter Green, I learned that TGT is not really used. I'm actually going to give us a little bit more juice here. TGT, you can use it in cruise, but the problem is, and Chris G warned me of this, but if you have a TGT set here, and then let's say you go to climb, and you go to add power, well, now your temperature is going to rise. If you don't take it off TGT, it's going to actually bring your power back. So now your engines are spooling down and your attitude is pointed up. It's not a good situation to be in. So, and I actually had that happen to me on stream. We'll just continue to use the N1 sync here. Juggly Sim, I bet must have been crotch... Jesus. Jungles. Killing me, man. Killing me, dude. Are failure modes planned? You mean in this airplane? I don't know. I actually haven't messed around with any failures in this airplane. I am not qualified to do failures in this airplane. I can tell you that right now. But it's just such a nice looking airplane. It's so ugly. It's good looking. Speaking of PTO, have you heard of the story of the Toga pilot that dead sticked onto a leave into in MSY? No. I don't know what happened there. No, I have not, Nathan. I didn't hear about that. Current temp of your part of Scotland is 13 degrees Celsius. Oh man, I think it's probably, I don't even know what it is out here. It's a little warmer today. Let's see. Well, I got a new phone. I got to set it all up. It's actually not bad. Right now, it's 88. It feels like 94 with 56% humidity. So 54 to rest of the world units, or I'm sorry, 94 to rest of the world units is 34C. So 34C is not all that hot for where we are. Would you like a digital cockpit, Avro RJ? Ollie, I wouldn't turn it down, but a big part of what draws me to this airplane is the round gauges. I love having the old school attitude indicator here, old school HSI, having it done so well. I really enjoy the old school gauges on this. Not saying I wouldn't like to have an option for a digital display, but I really love having this one. And in fact, though, I would welcome it because we already have the round gauge now. So now that we have the round gauge, yeah, absolutely, I would welcome a glass cockpit variant, maybe for doing some hardcore R&Ps or something like that. Oh, he landed on a levee with no engines? Oh, yeah, long time ago. I remember seeing that, yeah. Yep. I just wasn't sure which one you were talking about, but indeed I have. All right, let's clear out MROC. We don't need that anymore. We are going to Panama City. Let's load that up here. I don't even know what's the airport layout look like. So they're both long. 3 right, 2 on left is probably what we want to land on, right? Did you guys say there was a good approach that you wanted to see? I was just going to do the ILS full procedure. I was going to do ILS 3 right, this one here, with the go over Tocumen and then do the procedure turn inbound. What else we got? RNAV, GNS. Really could do an RNAV. It doesn't do RNAV very well, though. Ooh, this one's in unique. 2-1 right, coming in there. A little bit. Ooh, look at this. RNP Yankee. Oh. At 0-3, winds were 1-0-0. That'll be fine. Just 60 degrees. Yeah, that's fine. We can do that. I don't think we can do an AR approach. Wow, look at this. Have you thought about flying the 146 while the everything just VOR to VOR? This Lambo, yeah, I've done it. I've done it a couple different streams. This particular flight, though, we got to use the GPS. That I actually did. I think one of my last streams we did it without any of it. Just did VOR to VOR. Then we got in trouble and had to do an RNP approach. VOR, DME 3 left. Oof. On VOR, DME 2-1 left. I think I want to land 3 because I think it'd be more fun. We can do. I know the winds probably would favor. Okay, winds would probably favor the other runway. What is that? 100? I say, yeah, it was 100, right? I put it away. No, so 3 would be fine. Attempting to refresh session. Interesting. All right, so let's set up ILS 3 right, full procedure. We'll do the procedure turn outbound. We got to track the 189. So, online services are unreachable. Please check your internet. Check yours. Successfully connected. Thank you. We do need a good E-Jet. Yes, Ricardo, I would love to see, so like that E-Jet series that's coming from, what's the company doing it for X-Plane 11 and 12? Drawing a blank. The V2 of the Embraers, but we need a good Embraer. If we had a good Embraer, oh man, I could take you guys all the way down the rabbit hole. That was the first commercial jet I flew with the Embraer 170 and 190. So that would be a lot of fun if we had a high quality one. The current ones that we had in X-Plane, they just... X-Craft, thank you, Carta. They just weren't enough for me. You know, it was a little bit too light, if you will. That I just, it's like, nah. But the updated ones look very, very good. They do look very good. And the E-Jets are actually really capable airplanes. They're actually more advanced than the Airbus is. So they're definitely newer. They've been out a lot, or they were really like early 2000s tech. When you look at an Airbus, I mean, you're still talking about 80s technology. So the Embraer is a very capable airplane. It may not be everybody's favorite just because it's a regional jet, but I'll tell you this: from flying them, they don't operate like regional jets. They are very sophisticated, very intuitive aircraft, and you can do a lot with them. I think you actually get a little bit better control. They're a little bit easier to fly than, say, like a 320. You know, you're high and dry on a 320. You're pretty much SOL. You have the brakes out, autopilot off, trying to get down. Embraer, it's not great. It's nothing like this airplane here. A little bit of a Swiss Army knife, but the Embraer is a little bit better than the Airbus. Stevens, I haven't checked what failures are modeled in the 146. I have not messed with them. Jeff, I did install custom scenery. I did install custom scenery. A payware scenery, actually. A220 from Phoenix or someone else. Yeah, 220 would be nice as well, too. A 220 would be nice indeed. All right, so I'm going to just kind of do a little... Oh, did I just disengage the autopilot? I bumped my yoke. Nope, I think we're good. We're level 250. Airplane is rock solid. Localizer is off INAT, which is 110.7. But we're going to have to do the Tocumen VOR outbound, right? Is that what this procedure turn... Oh, no. Yeah, the procedure turn is off of 186 off Tocumen, 117.1. So we're going to set this up here. We're going to set 117.1 in the active. And for those wanting to see just VOR nav, at some point here, which we're already receiving VOR 1, already receiving it, but we don't have any DME off of it yet. We might end up just ending the RNAV and just go straight into the ILS old school here. So 117.1 is what we're going to need to do the procedure turn. We're going to procedure turn onto the localizer of 110.7. So I'm going to put 110.7 in the pre-select over here. And I can also put, I could put 110, I'm going to put 110.7 over here. Let me just see real quick. Is he picking up 117.1? So we're not picking up anything yet, DME-wise. So I'm just going to put the first officer in 110.7, which is going to be our localizer frequency when we make the procedure turn all the way around. The final approach course, I'm going to put in the first officer's course window so I just have an easy verification. It's a 033. So since we're not really using his stuff right now, we're going to take advantage of it, right? Use all the available tools to you, especially when you're single pilot up here. We're going to do 033 on the NAV2 course. That way, when we get busy and we're switching over from the VOR to loc, I can just look here and be like, okay, yeah, 033 is what we need. We can't change. Oh, we can set a nav course. We might do that a little bit later, but essentially we can fly any way, which way, direct to the Tocumen VOR. Once we hit the VOR, we have to track outbound 189, and then we'll set up for our procedure turn. And you can see here from the VOR, we have to be at 3100 or above. On our outbound 189 track, we can descend all the way down to 2200. We got to stay within 10 miles of INAT, which leads me to believe there is no DME off of Tocumen. It might just be a VOR, not a VOR DME. So the only DME we're going to get is from the LOC, which is 110.3, or Toga Island, which is interesting, which is 110.0. Interesting how this approach is set up here. I don't have another nav radio, or else I would turn that on. I'm going to set the DH to, remember, decision height now, 203. So we'll just call it 210. We'll round up. And we'll kind of just leave it at that for now. We're getting ready. We should be turning inbound here pretty soon. The Bonus Studios. Welcome, sir. He says, hello, everyone. I just found this channel. I'm going to have my first PPO class next week. Super excited. Well, Bonus Studios, welcome aboard, sir. Glad you found the channel. Hope you continue to enjoy the content. And since you're getting ready to start your PPO training, if you want, join the link in the description, the Discord. We got a lot of pilots in there. I like it when everybody posts their progress. I've seen people I've met on this channel, doing this channel, go from 0 time to private pilot to instrument to getting hired at the airline. So I like seeing you guys go through the ranks and get your check rides done and all that. And if you have any questions, we got a whole Ask a Pilot channel in there if you need help with something or you want to get clarification on something. We got a whole range of pilots, ranging from glider pilots to blimp pilots to airline guys. So congratulations on starting for PPO, and welcome to the channel. Juan, what's going on, sir? Welcome. Juan, we're slowly making our way towards Colombia, my friend. We are slowly making our way there. Really looking forward to seeing a good long hauler. Callum, yeah, we do need a good long hauler in Microsoft. We do, especially, look at those clouds, man. You could long haul across the ocean in that. You know what would be, I know it's probably not in the works and it's not going to happen, but if I woke up tomorrow and there was FlyJSim or somebody else, I mean, I would FlyJSim just because they did it already, but 727 for Microsoft Flight Simulator, fully simulated, you know, study level. I know a lot of us hate that term. Just highly detailed airplane. Oh, that would be the end. That would be it for me. I would be done with X-Plane because I'd have my 7.2 in Microsoft and go anywhere in the world. Already got the scenery loaded in. You got the clouds. You got the lighting. Just beautiful. Shaq says, I had a lesson yesterday. It went amazing. My CFI said, awesome. I'm a 20-year-old and waiting to be old enough to get hired. Talk about ball in his court. Shaq. No doubt, man. That's he's sitting pretty there at 20. I was fortunate to start very young as well. So, but I remember when I was an instructor, the average age of the flight student was like mid to late 30s. So just because some are doing it really young doesn't mean you have to. And especially in this industry and this market, you can't get there fast enough. So it doesn't matter how old you are. I mean, even if you were 45, it's like, yeah, even if you're 50, I mean, you still got 15 years, a 15-year career. You're going to get hired pretty much as soon as you have the time, the way it's going right now. So it is a time to be a pilot or be going through training right now. That's for sure. In the U.S. anyway. I can't really speak to other countries because everybody's economic system is a little bit different. But as far as the U.S. goes, he's in a good spot. Jeremy Harvey, good to see you, sir. What's going on? He says, isn't it amazing how this channel inspires so many people to become real pilots? Jeremy, indeed. Indeed, man. In fact, my good friend Nabil, who's I think he's in Germany right now, but when I started flying with him just on DCS and a couple other sims, X-Plane, and he wasn't even remotely thinking about becoming a pilot at that point. And now he's fully done his certification. I think he actually just got hired by someone out there. I can't remember who, but it's crazy. It's crazy to see the progress, and I love it. I think it's awesome. That was one of those things that I enjoyed about being an instructor as well. Yes, I'm there building time so I can improve my resume as well, but you see, seeing the progress of a student go from nothing, no time, doesn't know what an airplane is, to getting their ATP or their commercial license or their commercial check ride done. I'll never forget my very first student I ever had, Edgardo. It's actually from Venezuela, which we're not that far away from here flying on this route. But, I mean, when I first met him, the passion for airplanes was there. But, I mean, he had no real knowledge behind it, right? And then it was my first student, so I had a real connection with him. And now he's got his own plane, and he's an aerobatic pilot, and he's just unbelievably successful in what he does. And I remember the first solo he did, how excited it was. It's a feeling you can't describe unless you're on the other side of that fence as an instructor, watching somebody take their skills up and go fly an airplane. It's really cool. I think that's maybe why I like this channel so much. Even it's kind of like being a virtual instructor, even though a lot of us aren't going to become real pilots here, but being able to teach y'all something in the sim or teach you something about the Airbus that you can take to your own sim and successfully complete a flight because of it, just awesome. Thinking about swapping from 121 helicopters? Nathan, man, if you can find a gig that'll pay it, at least in the U.S., man, 120. The money is in the 121. That's why a lot of guys that are stick to fixed wing. But if you can find the right gig that'll pay you, helicopters are pretty incredible. Do you need to see if I had to be considered for the airlines? No, I don't believe so. Especially not now. Your check rides for the airlines, are they done with passengers or in the sim? Both, Brian. So you do your type ride in the sim, and then you'll do recurrent training in the sim, but line checks, your line check, and I guess the biggest check ride that you do with passengers is your captain upgrade line check and fed ride. So you actually have a fed in the jumps. It's like a check ride, but it's a normal line flight, but you're being observed by a company check airman, and you're also being observed by the FAA. And it's your make or break deal. It's okay, you either got this or you don't. That's your, I guess, most substantial check ride with passengers. But of course, captains get line checked too all the time, every couple of months. So that's kind of like a check ride, but it's not really. It's just kind of an observation. But as far as going up and doing maneuvers and stuff like that, no, you only do that in the sim. Blue Bear, thank you, man. I appreciate that. All right, we got to think where we are here. We're going to Vumon. So I'm actually going to go Tango Uniform Mike. Execute. That'll get us to the VOR, which is Tocumen. We are 59 miles from Tocumen VOR. We want to cross it at 3,000 feet. So 25 minus 3 is 22 times 3, 44. 36 miles out, we will start down. I'm going to round up to 40 miles because I'm going to give myself a little buffer. So 40 miles from Tocumen VOR, we will start down, and that's where we're headed, right? TOM, indeed. From there, we will just go ahead and go into our old school round gauges. We're going to hit the VOR. We're going to track the outbound course of 189. We'll do a procedure turn. We got to stay within, or we got to go out to 10.3 from the localizer, which we have set up on the FO side, or 8.4 from TBG, which now I'm curious, will we get DME from that out here this far? Toga Island, 110 nothing. Let's put that in the FO side just for fun. See what kind of information we get. 110 nothing. I'm not even picking it up. Alright, so we'll leave it back to the loc. 110.7. About 5 miles, we'll finish the song and then we'll start down. Camille, do I notice you? Yes, I do. Oh, and Nathan, you're already your ATP helicopter thing about going to 121. I see ya. Yeah. Well, a lot of guys make the switch for the same reasons that I told you, the money is in the 121 sector. A lot of the helicopter guys that fly like EMS and all that, I mean, they're all on military pensions anyway. So you can afford to be paid, 60, 70 grand a year from flying a helicopter because you already have your pension on top of that. But yeah, a lot of the EMS guys, I mean, make less than 100 grand a year, which may sound like a lot initially, but right now with inflation and everything, I mean, 100 grand a year is not that much, at least of what it used to be. Especially with the price of gas alone. So, and if you got a family on top of it, it starts to get a little bit tighter. So, yeah, a lot of helicopter guys come to fixed wing for that reason. All right, we're getting ready to start down. I'm going to pause this sound for now, even though that sounded like a good song. Whoa, welcome back, volume. All right, we're approaching 40 miles, so I want to set, I'm going to set 10,000 just initially because I don't know what kind of terrain we're dealing with down there. We don't have any ATC, so I'm going to set 10,000 initially. We'll get a little bit closer, hopefully we can see something. So altitude is armed, vertical speed is armed, sync mode is on, bringing that power back, getting the nose down nice and gentle. About 2,000 feet a minute. Sync mode off. It's going to hold vertical speed 2,000. Walking that power back. And let's get the seatbelt sign on as we start down. Shaq says, tell me about it. 3 kids, a house, 2 cars, and a flight school. I'm so broke I need to save up to be poor. Shaq, I hear you, man. A lot of us pilots, we've all been there. We've all been there. I didn't pay off my flight school loans until I was about to leave my regional career. So I flew all of my freight, all of my corporate flying, all of my regional flying. I still had loans. It's a bear. And then, you have airlines coming out now, management saying, oh, we're canceling because we don't have pilots that's not really it at all. It's lack of compensation at the lower levels, at the regional levels. That I mean, you spend so much money to become a commercial pilot for what, to make 60 grand. I mean, when I started flying commercial jets from Embraer 190, I was paid $21 an hour. $21 an hour to fly an Embraer 190 all over the country. Crazy. On top of commuting and paying for your own hotels and your own taxis to and from the airport. Yeah, I lost money my first 2 years. But I think that's, you know, that's also part of what brings us so close. That's part of what brings us so close as pilots. You know, with all of us that have gone through that, you share that that commonality. You guys know, we all know what the struggle it is. All right, 2-0, descending down to 10,000. Let's go back to our, I'm just going to get a new one here. We'll send it off. Let's get the newest, latest, and greatest. Scatter towering cumulonimbus 140 at 10, temperature 29, 1011 on the meter. So 1011 is going to be 2987. We'll set that as we go through 19.5. They are synced. 2985, 1011 is set both sides. Let's do a checklist here. Descent, PTU is coming on. Tick item, pressurization is set. Briefing is complete. Landing data and bugs pretty much checked. So we'll go to approach. I'll minimize you. I'll slide you back behind the bar there. For landing data and bugs, I can click it now, but I got to click it when I'm configured to actually get the proper setup. All right, we're 18 miles from the VOR. At this point, I'm going to sync my heading bug. Let's go ahead and start doing this. Let's bring our heading bug around. And then we're going to 17.1, which is dead ahead. So I'm going to switch us to nav mode. Put us in heading for right now so we don't turn. VOR LOC. Course direct to the VOR, whatever that might be, which direct to right now is 095. And we are VOR LOC. It's captured. And we're out of 16.6. Do a little speed brake. We're going to increase that rate of descent. Do IIS hold at 250. Now we're diving. Now we're being a 146. All right, it's going to be a sharp right turn to 189 once outbound. I think I'm just going to have to turn the cabin back on because the views are... Oh, it just sucks with those windows. Interior cabin on. And actually, we'll do seats for landing. A little bit early, but it's all right. Guy Random, welcome to Private Pilot, sir. Glad to have you on board. Exclamation point, welcome. For all your new perks here at the channel. I'm getting flight recorder ready. We're at 12.2. Towering cumulonimbus indeed. Recorder is ready. There we go. Man, look at these views. Guys, smash down the like button for these views coming in here. Look, there's downtown Panama. Is that downtown Panama? It's gotta be. Oh. Straight up Microsoft Kool-Aid. Chugging it right now. Chugging the Kool-Aid. Cruise ship out there. Good deal. Oh, we set 10,000. We need to keep coming down. Whoa, 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 whoa. Just floated the cabin there, that's for sure. Easy, I got you. Sync mode on. Okay, easy. Easy does it there. $250 on the speed, we're at a 10. Let's get the lights on. And arm the altitude of 3,100. Getting ready to cross over the VOR. From there, it's going to be 189. So as we get closer, I'm going to select heading. I'm going to dial in my course to 189. And we'll wait for the to from flip. Which we're waiting for this needle right here to just flip behind us, which that's pretty much it. So we'll go ahead and start turning over to 189 here. Do it a little bit faster. We want to intercept the 189 radial while we're speeding below 10 here. Definitely need to slow it up. Let's get the rest of our lights on. Wing lights, logo lights are set. Look at that speed breakout. I love it. Oh, that is a thing of beauty, folks. All right, as we come around, we want to actually intercept. So I'll arm V-Loc to pick up the 189. Oh, there's our DME. I don't know why I didn't have it on. We got DME on now. 3.1 is where we're descending to. Approach checklist, altimeter set and cross-check, fasten seatbelts on, APU start. Brake fans are on auto, fuel panel is set. Cabin orange, seat approach as required, rad out, set, cross-check, anti-ice as required. Landing checklist to go. Yeah, we really did a poor job of capturing the 189, but at least we're on the protected side. We're going to flip it inbound to 033 on 110.7 as soon as we make the turn here. Once we turn inbound, I will set the recorder on. So let's go ahead and extend flaps 18. Flap sounds. Alright, so we're going to track this for about 2 miles and then we're going to just make a right turn back inbound. Set my heading bug to turn right here. Probably about 300-ish. And at this point, I'm going to put us in heading mode now. I will flip to active 110.7 with final approach course 033 in nav 1. Which is now set. So you can see we're now turning inbound to intercept. We're speed 140, flaps 24. Oh man, look at that. That water reflection, 10 for 10. I wouldn't want to fly through that one over there. And we can keep coming down to 2100, altitude arm.
Glide slope armed.
I'd go,
Glide slope captured.
well, we capture the glide slope off the rope. Typically a dangerous maneuver here, but we're out over the water, so we're alright.
Localizer armed.
Localizer armed. We could have descended a little bit earlier than that, but it's alright. We've captured the glide slope. Alright, AC pump auto. Landing gear, lights, flaps, APU, air impacts as required. Set. Nose wheel steering is centered.
Localizer captured.
Locus captured, we're turning inbound. I'm going to put you on the yoke cam as we get ready for our final approach. We actually might need the ILS. Just see the rabbit out there.
Established on the ILS.
Recorder is on. Gear's coming down. Oh, love that gear animation too.
2500.
Christian recorder is active. Flaps 3, or I'm sorry, flaps 30. Set to the next notch. Oh, barely here. Panama traffic for Lamia 357 on a 6-mile final for runway 3 right, Panama City. Go flap.
We'll be right behind you and go down to our minimum goal.
Rush that, Lamia 357. Alright, so there we go. We're on speed, a little bit of power here. Look at downtown Panama, though. I wanted to get a shot of that. Oh, it's just in the haze over there. Look at that. Man, we should have done this approach at sunset. Let's get on speed. We're a little bit slow. Correcting. All right, gear is down, flaps 33, set to land. We're approaching our on speed now. Runway's in sight. DJ, awesome, man. Enjoy your vacation. I'm in love with the 146, dude. Back in love with it again. All right, autopilot's coming off. We're gonna, oh, no, it's not.
Autopilot disconnected.
Autopilot is off. Why did I set go around mode? Interesting. Stable. I'm just going to kill my flight director since I'm not following it. Little crosswind from the right. This will be my first landing with the TCA yoke, so we gotta see how this is. I know, Christian, I'm so used to auto thrust, man. It's bad. I'm bad on speed. Wow, one little... oh, wow. We got way unstable on that. Approaching 500, speed brake is coming out. That'll help us get back on it. Get back in the slot here.
Plus 100.
There we go. Now we're back on it.
Minimums.
There's 2 whites, 2 reds. Interesting double scenery here. We have 2.
50,
Wow.
40, 30, 20.
I guess I'll just,
Ground idle.
whoa.
Yellow and green spoilers.
Guess I'll just put the nose wheel between both lines. Wow, that wind.
Brake pressure seen. 80 knots.
I'll actually have to get some crosswind correction in here.
60 knots.
Okay. 0 for 10 on the centerline situation. I mean, that's full left rudder and it's still trying to go right. Interesting. Like, look, what? Do we have a flat tire? I am full left rudder and it keeps wanting to go right. I don't think so. I think we're alright. It's interesting because if the winds were 100, this would be flipped around. Something funky is going on here. Wow. Glad I paid for this scenery, huh? Interesting. Runway 2211. Let's go ahead and stop the recording. You have no scenery, Callum? Something is messed up with my steering here. Alright. Weird. Pay for one, get the second scenery? That was weird. I could not hold the center line with full left pedal. But the wind should have been from the opposite direction. But the windsock was the other direction. Yeah, clearly have a conflict, Christian. Well, see, all I did was buy the, I just bought the payware one. Everything else looks fine except the runway. Everything else looks fine except the runway. We'll take it into Lima, Juliet. We'll go over there by that. What's that, Copa? I think I see another Copa airplane over there. We'll go over there. We should clean it up. Put this into... I don't want to mess with the lights because we're going to do replay. So we're going to leave the lights set because we got to do that for replay mode. But let's... yeah, we'll go over there towards Copa. What the heck? We'll get back on over here. I was going to park right here, but let's go see what that guy's got going on for him. Get back on center line. The new double centerline design, yeah. It was weird. Is the crosswind and full rudder situation possible in real life? Not with 10 knots. It's definitely possible.
Traffic, Copa 145, we're on final for ILS 3 right.
Alright, so Copa's on final for 3 right. We're going to park next to this other Copa. Who's that over there? Some A320, I like that. Alright, we're going to take this one right here. Yeah, we'll take this one here. We're not going to park on that stand. Yeah, you can have that, you know, where you run out of authority, but not that, I mean, not at 10 knots. Oh, a double ground friction? It could be possible, Crow. I mean, I was full left rudder there. I'm sure I smoked my brakes, too. Oh, that was a hard stop. Everybody felt that one. Alright, brakes are set. Let's see if we can run over here and see this other Copa landing. He's on final. Ooh, we got a couple guys on final. Let's check this out. We're going to leave the engines running for the replay mode. We'll put you guys back into this cam so you don't see that. We're gonna speed up the drone. There we go. Let's see what's going on here. Here comes somebody. He looks really high though. It wasn't a good erp. No, it wasn't very good. It caught me off guard. Is he slipping it? It almost looks like he's in a side slip. Oh, I might also have the freeware MPTO. There's a free one? I didn't know that. I might have that. I didn't know there was a free one. Okay, he's stalling. And he's back. And he did something interesting there. And now we're levitating. Wow. Did a little break dance for us. And now he's going around. Was that a triple bounce?
Negative, just a bad approach. Going around.
Alright. Yeah, it's just the runway doubled. You see that? Just the runway is doubled, but nothing else is. Well, no, the lights. Yeah, the lights are doubled too. Lights are doubled. Hard fat sim. Yeah, I know. I was doing that on the kept camera.
Well, you can always go around.
Let's go check out this real airplane right here. There you go. That's a proper airplane. All right. Let's take a look at the replay, shall we? Let's get out of this view. Back to normal. I'm going to put you guys in replay cam. We're going to disconnect from VATSIM. And let's see what we did. Let's analyze what we did here. Pause the music just yet. Oh, I need to go configure flaps full and all that good stuff. Flaps are coming down. I'm going to scoot forward a little bit here. We'll watch the full one when it's time to go. But let's see what happened here. Let's go resume. Oh, there we go. Look at that shot. Let's see how we did here. Shaq, gotta hit the books, man. Take care, bud. Thanks for stopping by, man. And if you want to, launch a Phoenix flight and then hit the books while you're in cruise. I used to do that on the FSX and all that stuff. Have a good one, Shaq. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Should have taken the Omen at the beginning with the tug. Exactly, Swarm. Exactly. I might just do a few circuits here after this replay. I just want to do another hand flying because I'm probably going to be back in the Phoenix, but this thing is so fun to hand fly. Thank you, Scott. Take care, man. And there we go. We're on the ground. Look at my rudder input. Left. It's like when I push left rudder, the airplane would go right. Something was jacked up. Look at that. Left. Well, I don't know. That was weird. PMDG are rigged. I know. When's the 600 slated to come out? When's the 600? I'm going to pick up the 600. I want to fly the 600. Been known to do a calculus in flight? Exactly, Steven. Alright, let's see how our touchdown was. It felt good. Everything felt good. I don't know what the touchdown rate was, but that felt good. Look, see that? Whoa. Wing wanted to lift off, so I had the correction in. Maybe I needed more aileron. I don't know. Something was pulling me to the right, big time. It's so weird not hearing reversers, though. The Dash 600, the 7... Oh, probably mid-month or later? Alright. Oh, here we go. Here's downtown Panama. Look at that. LW, just in time for the replays here. And the sign-off music. Indeed. I'm probably going to end it here. 3 o'clock. I got to take care of some things back at the house as well. But guys, I want to thank y'all for tuning in this afternoon. I know we're a little bit different. We've been doing a lot of Airbus flying, but I cannot say enough good things about the 146 and how fun it is to hand fly. I really do thoroughly enjoy this airplane. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream, seeing something just a little bit different here. 146 doesn't seem to get much love, but it is well deserved. Beautiful shot here. We might have to do a turn, like a Panama City night turn. I want to come in here at night over the city. But Finn, you just joined. Welcome and goodbye. I hope you enjoy the replay. I'm going to leave you guys with a few replays here, a couple of juice shots of downtown, and then we will be back. Man, it's tough. I'd like to say tomorrow, but I'm unsure. It may be a few days before we're back. So until then, whatever the next time is that we do stream, I look forward to seeing y'all again right here at the V1 channel. Stay safe, stay healthy. I'm V1. See ya!